So humans are particularly distinctive, right? We have these giant brains that develop mostly after we're born that allows us to do some stuff that I think is not seen in other animals. And one of those is this incredible human capacity for belief. That is this ability for humans to take our experiences, our imaginations, and put them together into ideas or ideologies or perceptions and commit to them so fully that it becomes our reality.
One of the problems that's beset philosophers and cognitive scientists for the last 30, 40 years is how on earth the brain represents information. An eternally appealing idea is something like a language of thought. The brain writes sentences and melodies that store the beliefs. We have a big library of sentences. Those are our beliefs. A belief has got to be secured to a lot of other beliefs. You can't have an isolated belief. They don't parcel themselves out the way sentences do. They come in systems. This is sometimes called holism. A particulate, non-holistic theory of belief is a non-starter.
I think chatter is one of the big problems we face as a species. We spend between 1/3 and 1/2 of our waking hours not living in the present. And what do we do during that time? We're talking to ourselves. Our inner voice is part of what we call our verbal working memory system. It's a basic feature of the human mind that helps us keep verbal information active in our heads. But at other times, it can really sink us. We can compensate for this feeling out of control by creating order around us. Rituals are one way to do that. That's giving you a sense of order and control that can feel really good when you're mired in chatter.
You know, one might wonder when thinking about human evolution, why are humans so complicated? So it turns out that unlike almost all other mammals, our brain, when we're born, it's only about 40% of its adult size. This really long childhood means that our brains are always in this dynamic with other humans, with other animals, and the environment. Those inputs shape who we are and how we see the world. We are so complex that things like culture and history and belief systems, they enable us to create cultural complexity, ideologies, traditions, and rituals and make them real for us. That environment becomes part of who we are.